guys. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Yarmouth, Nova Scotia. We're here at the Everest Canadian Senior Curling Championships. I'm your host, Brent Lang, and we've got wall-to-wall action today. We've also got a full house here, lots of school kids in the house, so there should be some extra noise here today, which is great for the atmosphere. Today is the final day of the round robin, so tomorrow we're going to crown a Canadian Senior Men's and a Canadian Senior Women's Champion. We've got our feature sheet this morning is the ladies' side of the draw. We've got Team Newfoundland and Labrador versus Team Nova Scotia. Stu is almost done his announcements, the voice of curling, Stu Brown. And so here we go. We've got, like I said, Nova Scotia, Newfoundland. Big game for both teams. Nova Scotia tied at the top of the standings on the women's side, tied with Saskatchewan. Team Sherry Anderson lost to Team Ontario last night for their first loss of the week. So we've got a three-way tie at the top of the ladies' side. We've got Saskatchewan, Nova Scotia, and Quebec all 7-1. Quebec kind of flying under the radar, only losing one game. But nobody seems to be talking about Chantal Osborne and her team from Quebec, but her record says we should start talking about them a little bit more. Ontario alone in fourth place, 6-2, and then BC staying alive at 5-3. The rest of the teams, I don't want to say they're mathematically out. I can say that Alberta, Yukon, and Newfoundland and Labrador at 3-5. No chance of making it to the semifinals tomorrow. So we're gonna get things started. Looks like Nova Scotia won the hammer. So Newfoundland and Labrador, Skip Laura Phillips will ask lead Candy Thomas to throw this one somewhere on the center line. Not sure if they're throwing it in the house or top four. I personally, I'm hoping they throw it, in the house or short. I personally hope they're throwing it short, but this one looks like it's got some speed to it. Certainly not short of the rings. Not sure this is even going to stop in the rings. And Laura says, oh yeah, that number tells me that's as hard as it looks. So we'll just erase that one from memory and start fresh. So Helen Radford calls the game for Nova Scotia. I believe she throws second stones. And Teresa Breen, longtime teammate of Anne Merklinger out of Ottawa, throws last rock. Teresa's lived in Nova Scotia for quite a few years now. Helen Radford with some Curling Canada ties. She is in charge, not in charge, maybe she's in charge. I'm not sure how they want us to describe that, but she is responsible for the development of young teams in Canada, the next generation, which is a massive job as all the pressure piles on Curling Canada and curling in Canada as we're not dominating like we always have. And it's an interesting conversation we have often, and it's not so much a panic button in Canada as it is that everybody else is getting better, and that's great for the game. As selfish as we want to be, it's good for curling that one country doesn't dominate, and we certainly don't do that anymore. But Helen in charge of making sure that we keep our depth in our country. We still certainly dominate in that area and develop some young talent and make sure that we have opportunities moving forward for generations to come. So Candy overdid it a little, didn't want to throw it too heavy again, but Sweepers got it over the hog line for a long center guard. 5 sheets in action today. We've got right in front of me here, Ontario versus Saskatchewan. Randy Bryden and the fellas from Saskatchewan last night lost a heartbreaker. We've all been there. They were up 2, playing 7 with the hammer. Gave up a 2 steal and then gave up a steal in the extra end to the magical Nova Scotia team, a team that seems like a bit of a team of destiny. We'll see how the weekend unfolds here, but I'll keep you updated on that game. Right beside them, Alberta and Yukon on the ladies' side. That's just a battle for pride. No playoff ramifications in that game with both teams at 3-5. Saskatchewan versus Quebec, a battle of first place. We'll see here a big test for Quebec for sure. Sherry Anderson and her team, 4-time defending Canadian champions. And then on the far sheet, we've got BC versus Ontario. A big game there. BC, if they lose this one, they will be out, and the 4 playoff teams on the ladies' side will be decided. But if BC wins, lots will be still on the table heading into the final round robin draw. So big game over there we'll keep an eye on. So Nova Scotia, a good come around there, and just a feather tick on the guard from Kathy Rogers, and Nova Scotia got Newfoundland in big trouble early. So Helen Radford, who calls the game, does throw second stone here. Teresa Breen will come down and hold the broom while Helen throws. They're going to ask for that same come around that Julie McMullen made. So the center guard usually helps the team without the hammer, but then you throw it really high, and it tends to help the team with the hammer at that point, because you can't really hide behind it very well. There's a good shot by Helen. See how Laura's going to chase around the high guard, asking Kathy Rogers for the same weight. Quietly saying without saying, not the same line. We want to hit one of these this time. So got this one on a good line. I think we're going to see some contact here. Needs to be heavy enough to get it out. Miss that. Oh, if it touches out, it might. Oh, no. That's a great shot. Rolls right in front. Laura wants to make sure the sweepers tell Kathy she threw that really well. So Teresa going to play the intern across the face, hit and roll. Don't have to hit this red one. Could just draw in and lie two somewhere. Pretty precise shot here for Helen. Certainly doesn't want to jam it on her own stone. Didn't want to do that, obviously. That's a difficult shot in the first end. Not sure they had to take that on, but all of a sudden, Newfoundland lying one partially buried and shooting. Playing the out turn draw here. Heather Martin throwing third stones for Newfoundland. As I mentioned earlier, Newfoundland unfortunately is mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. So they are playing the role of spoiler here, trying to ruin the hometown favorite, Nova Scotia's day. So that one didn't curl enough because it's heavy. An unfortunate, unforced error there from Heather Martin. And I believe this is Helen. Trying to decide here. To me, the chase looks a lot harder than basically the same shot that Helen just played. This is Mary Sue Radford, Helen's sister. Going to play the chase here. I think the result of the hit and roll on the yellow is better as well. Really got to go here to get it by their own stone. A decent result, chipping it partially buried. Like I said, I think that was a pretty tough chase when just a hit and roll on your own, run it back the 3 feet that we've already seen that shot, but preference of the team. Laura deciding to stay on the offense here. Certainly could hit that yellow one with that high guard. Deciding to play the come around instead. And Newfoundland third, Heather Martin, heavy on her first. Unfortunately, she's heavy again on her second, and they're just sweeping it to kind of bump their own. A good line call there by Laura. If that curls, it might go too far. So chance to make the hit and roll here. Lie first and third, at least partially buried. A good shot here from Mary Sue will set up a multiple score for Nova Scotia. Gotta go again. Wow, didn't think there was even room to hit and roll out there, but Helen liked the throw. That's good information back to Mary Sue because she thought she threw it well, and Helen confirmed that. Bit of a mistake on where to put the broom. .405. Laura wants to know a split time from back line to hog line. That tells her. There you go. There's the information we need. Laura played at many Scotties Tournament of Hearts. A regular out of Newfoundland and Labrador at the Ladies National Championship. Another one that looks heavy out of Newfoundland. I don't know if they're getting fooled on the speed of the ice. This is going to leave some sort of, I would have maybe not swept that, left it in a better spot for the double. There is a double, but it's fairly thin now. So you can hear, Laura, they're definitely fooled a little bit by the speed of the ice. You, who doesn't love the Newfoundland and Labrador accent? No, it's outright cheating, I think, Laura, if you're going to spit on the ice, but definitely frowned upon. So Teresa Breen, first look at Nova Scotia skip. As I mentioned, longtime third for Anne Merklinger out of Ontario. Played at multiple Scotties, lost at least one Scotties Tournament of Heart finals back in the late 90s when I was playing juniors out of the Ottawa Curling Club. Got this one out wide, anything but high side here, and this is not close from Teresa. Unforced error, certainly. So Laura with curler's dream, really. Same shot, same path, same everything. Hard to have any excuses after this. Right to the top of the button, buried behind the yellow and the red. Still talking about that split time. Personal preference, team preference, how you want to communicate, draw weight. So she's got this one wider than she wants. That's why she's asking the outside sweeper to take closest to the rock. Kids are cheering. I don't know if they know what they're cheering about, but they're cheering. Speed's just perfect on this one, but just didn't get the curl she quite wanted. Yeah, this is exact path Mary Sue threw. Looks to me like it's a lot easier to have this curl to the nose, and even if you do happen to jam it, I think you'll still score one. Laura Phillips going to do my job for me today, I think. That's nice. Morning draw here, and she's just kind of telling us everything that's going on out there. It's perfect. So I think they decided to play this across the top rather than the nose hit. I know the guard's kind of in her eye, but a lot of times across the top ends up jamming. This one's really got a curl. I don't think she's close to the double, unfortunately. And a steal of one for Newfoundland and Labrador on a 1-0 lead heading to the second end. We'll be right back after this.
The Curling Cares calendar is back for 2023. 25 curling athletes from 7 different nations are raising money for various charities. Support them by purchasing yours today at curlingcares.com.
Welcome back, curling fans. I'm Brent Lang, coming to you live from Yarmouth, Nova Scotia at the Everest Funeral Concierge Canadian Senior Curling Championships. We are into N2 on our feature sheet between Newfoundland and Labrador and Team Nova Scotia. Newfoundland and Labrador stealing 1 point in the first end, playing spoiler here, trying to at least ruin the draw here for Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia tied for first place, so a big game for them. Nova Scotia playing, obviously, Newfoundland and Labrador right now, and then Saskatchewan. So a tough way to finish with Saskatchewan. Newfoundland really wants to win this one, lock themselves into the playoffs, and yeah, give themselves some momentum heading into the semifinals tomorrow. Couple updates for you. BC with 2 in the first end against Ontario on the ladies' side, and a 2-0 lead for Team BC playing the second end. Looks to me like Team Saskatchewan stealing one on Quebec, go up 1-0 to play the second. Ontario men, Team Rahala with a 2 in the first on Saskatchewan to go up 2-0 into the second. And Yukon on the ladies' side with a 1-0 lead playing the second end on with Alberta. So back to the feature sheet here. We got a center guard from Newfoundland and Labrador's lead, Candy Thomas. And Julie McMullen here going to play the come around. Julie is wife of Scott Arnold. For those who have been involved in the curling world, you may recognize that name. Scott, longtime curling coach, and now has worked with WCF, World Curling Federation, for a number of years. Very well-respected guy in the curling community. Curler in his own right. I meant to ask him, I think he used to play with Captain Kirk Ziola out of the London area. Julie is a professor at Western University, professor of sociology. Wanted to ask how they live in Ontario, and she plays for Nova Scotia. Obviously, they have a place out here as well, I would imagine. Not sure if there's roots out here for both Scott and Julie or not, but must be some sort of connection. Trying the chase here. Great sweeping, just gets by. Might not kill that yellow. Just hangs on at the back, but they all count. Doesn't matter if they're on the button or biting the edge of the rings. They're worth the same amount of points. So early opportunity here for Nova Scotia to lie to with the hammer. So hit and stay, job done. Newfoundland Labrador, Kathy Rogers being asked to hit and roll behind the guard or right over in front of that yellow one. Try and group these stones together. Set up shot for maybe later in the end, or roll buried and put a little pressure on Nova Scotia. Oh, did they accidentally make the double? Oh, not quite. I'm not going to have to do much. In typical Newfoundland Labrador fashion, Laura is very social, very chatty, Skip. Gotta love it. Helen Radford, free come around to lie to. Put some pressure on Newfoundland. Be interesting to see if this is made. Don't like the sweepers walking beside it. That's never a good sign. So sounds like they think it's going to over curl.
Yep, take it right back. Yep.
I don't think you want to take it back. You're just going to make the double easier. Not a bad shot. Not where they wanted it. Certainly would have been nice to be flip the rings there and be top 8 buried. So same kind of thing from Newfoundland. Try and hit and roll in front. Take away this 2. If they make a really good shot here, you might see Nova Scotia ignore it. Just play that same come around. Helen will have a very good idea of how to make that shot after just throwing it.
Yes. Hurry. You gotta take more ice and be by the guard by a rock. Hard. That just kept curling.
So the nose hit, which leaves Helen Radford the chance to hit and roll either under the guard, which might not be ideal behind the tee line, but I like the roll center line side. Even roll way over would be great, but super important to hit and stay. That's obviously mission number 1. I think we're seeing some difference in release here. Newfoundland going to get more curl than Nova Scotia by the looks of it. Can hear Helen saying that didn't curl much, and Newfoundland sweeping every hit here because it is curling, and that's just release related. Call that a soft versus a set. Heather Martin, third for Newfoundland and Labrador. Again, trying the hit and roll in front. Haven't said a word on this one, which tells me it's going to roll out high. And Laura, being the nice lady that she is, saying that's okay, but I'm here to tell you that's not okay. That's a big miss there. A hit and stay for Shot Rock, and you got a good chance for Laura to make a double on the next. But now the free come around again for Nova Scotia. See if Mary Sue can better her sister's effort here. Helen was a little heavy. They know it will curl plenty, so if you get the weight right, the line almost automatically happens with how much it curls out here. Room, but I don't think there is room. Yeah, I think this one needs to actually stay straight. Definitely has to be in the rings.
All the way. Keep going. Okay.
So line was
15-3.
Line's perfect. 15-3. That's the hog-to-hog time. So that tells us it's about probably 14-5 or 14-6 right to the top of the button. I don't know what everybody else likes, and quite frankly, I don't really care. I like it about 14-5. That's kind of nice draw weight to me. To me, there's only really three speeds on the ice. It's either heavy, where it's hard to be light, or it's nice like this. This is normal arena speed, or it's hard to be heavy, hard to be heavy. And if it's fast, the third draw weight, then it's hard to be light. Taking on the run back here, this is a risky call. If we don't make contact here, Nova Scotia, which it's not, it's just peeling it off. Nova Scotia's got a chance to just draw the open rings and lie 3. That center guard could have been Newfoundland and Labrador's actually their savior, and they've just taken it off.
Yeah, our first one was 9, right? So she just wouldn't finish up that little bit to
So Laura just telling
around.
Heather she's a bit heavy on the takeout on her first one. That's why it didn't curl like they wanted. So Mary Sue being asked to draw open side. Anywhere in the rings is really good, but ideally you want to be as far away from those other 2 yellows as possible. Throwing the in turn, which I don't understand. Drawing it right in front of the other one, which will make easiest double possible. This is confusing to me. Looked to me like if you threw the out turn draw to the other side, there would be almost no doubles. I mean, there's always going to be a double when you're lying 3, but it's going to be very tough. This one you're drawing it. This one you're drawing it right to the nose hit double almost.
Yeah, pretty well right on the nose. We'll get the double there then.
Yeah, right on the nose, as Laura said. Hit and stay. Make the double.
Nose hit will give us a double there. I don't think it will move too crazy. I'll keep my, firm control out here. Don't jump it because it will pull it back, but be ready.
So Laura preparing the sweepers for everything. Don't sweep it early, but be ready in case we have to sweep it early. Even if it over curls slightly and just rolls in front of that yellow, it's going to be difficult for Nova Scotia to hit it and stay in the rings, but a great opportunity for Laura to make the double here.
Yep. Hard!
Picking it up right out of her hand, sweeping it the whole way. Can they hold it?
Hard!
So didn't make the double, but did roll right in front of that yellow. So
Control, yep.
Teresa going to throw control weight.
Yeah.
Try and hit about 2/3, half a stone, and roll towards the center line and lie 3.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt like I did.
Another reason why I'm not sure why they drew in front of the one back 12 is this exact reason. If that's on the other side of the sheet, they have a wide open hit. Here they have to make a bit of a precise hit and stay. Rarely is there right and wrong in curling. There's always options. And rarely do you question your calls if you make every shot. So as curlers, we're a fickle bunch. We start to question things when we start to miss.
Yes! Hard!
Oh, Teresa might have got this one curling, folks.
Hard!
Anything but over curl here.
Every bit, every bit, every bit, every bit. Okay.
Okay, over curled a little bit, but no serious harm done. At least still lying 2 and has the deuce set up.
Same thing. Yep. Yes. Let's get that. If we get the roll, that's a little in. That's okay.
Yeah. By the time it got down here, it was bored. Yeah.
So it's just lighter than they thought. Good point by Helen. Just a bit of a new path. Good throw. Weight came off more than we expected.
About the same weight here.
All you can really do in curling is
We're in to start.
all you can really do is
Okay.
make your best educated guess in curling, especially on a new path, based on experience, based on what you've seen this week, based on what you saw in practice. So Laura with the open hit. Didn't really touch. She said roll in a little bit, but she could certainly roll all the way to the center line, roll buried. Make the deuce really difficult, but wants to stick around.
Yes!
It's gonna roll out.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Rolled out high side. So free draw for Teresa Breen and Team Nova
That wasn't
Scotia.
less. Oh yeah, I heard less. So
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
I said less first,
yeah.
and then when I was just
Shoot,
before
because we
half,
could have
I
been
said
off
same
that.
weight.
I was afraid.
I don't think the sweeping made the
All right,
difference
sorry
there.
about
I think it was just,
When they
unfortunately,
said
it was
less weight,
thrown on the wrong line.
when I let it go, right? That's why I called it.
Oh wow, it didn't come.
No, well then they changed it and said no, it was the same.
I needed to curl about 8 inches, so
Yeah, I know.
unless you were
But it was, yeah, we should
30
have
feet
been off
less,
it.
it's
I
never
thought
going to
my
curl
weight was
that
down
much.
and it was going to go with the hog line in then, right?
So draw for 2 from Nova Scotia. Skip Teresa Breen.
Boy, judging that weight, man, is so.
Mary Sue and Julie look to like the speed
Yeah.
here. The line certainly not an
Sure.
issue. Just have to draw the paint,
Two good throws.
hit the ocean.
14-9.
All right,
14-9,
let's go back at it
so-
again.
Speed is great. Ice looks fantastic as always.
Yeah.
And 2-1 Nova Scotia after 2. We'll be back right after this short break.
Can you and Candy point so we can hear which sweeper?
Oh, yeah.
In case we can. And we'll
Yeah.
keep.
The
we'll
Curling
always
Cares
follow it
calendar
because, again,
is
I thought
back
my
for
weight-
2023. 25 curling athletes from 7 different nations are raising money for various charities. Support them by purchasing yours today at curlingcares.com.
Welcome back, curling fans.
Got to get you down to 10.
2 ends in the books here today on the final day of the round robin, final day of the championship pool. We are going to decide today who makes the semifinals tomorrow. 4 men's and 4 ladies teams will make the semifinals tomorrow. 2 victories. 2 victories away from putting on that maple leaf and representing Canada at the World Senior Curling Championships in March in Pyeongchang, Korea, site of the 2018 Olympics. And we're starting to see some separation at the top here. Starting to get that playoff picture is getting a little bit more clear. Around the rink here, we've got Ontario, a big steal of 2 to take a 4-0 lead heading into the third end over Randy Bryden and his team from Saskatchewan. Randy trying a double takeout for 2 that looks very difficult and over curling and actually flashing that double and giving up the 2 steal. Alberta and Diane Foster up against Yukon on the ladies' side, and it looks like Diane has a draw to the house for 3 points to take a 3-1 lead. Saskatchewan and Quebec. Chantal Osborne on the ladies' side. Chantal just drawing in for 1 to tie the game at 1 in a battle of first place, battle for first place on the ladies' side. And then BC, Ontario, measuring stick just being put away, so I cannot give you an update there yet. I'll update you as soon as I know. It takes seems to take a minute or 2 to get that update on the scoreboard. Back in our feature sheet, back to the action here. Good start from Julie McMullen. A little bit heavy behind the tee line, didn't want to, but not too bad, full forefoot, and Candy certainly wasn't trying to throw that in the rings. Corner guard slides into the rings, allowing Helen Radford and Team Nova Scotia to throw the open hit. I'm not sure in a 2-1 game, Laura will probably throw a hit and try and just kind of maybe blank this end, not get into too much trouble when it's only 2-1, but she could throw a corner guard, 5 rock rule.
No. Teresa.
Good shot there from Julie. We'll see what Laura wants to do here. Is she going to hit and bail? She is going to hit. So barring any open misses, I'm going to have to entertain you folks because this is not going to be an exciting end. But I don't blame Laura here. Third end.
Whoa!
Don't want to get into too much trouble when you're only down 1.
Yeah! Whoa!
Chance for a double takeout here and really end this end.
Yep. Little roll your way, Heather.
Just misses the double, but good shot. Good throw from Candy Thomas.
If he knows this, she can't, there's no double.
Helen wants to hit and stay, but you can hear she doesn't want to. Oh, I was wrong on the Alberta-Yukon game. That was a draw for Diane Foster, draw for 4 and a 4-1 lead. And the measurement went Ontario's way. Actually, I don't know that. I'm lying to you. I know they scored a point, but I don't know if it was a measure for 2. So 2-1 BC. BC with the hammer against Ontario on the ladies' side in the third end.
Right up.
This one really curling. Helen almost jammed that one on the button. So certainly Laura's going to hit this one now. I assume that's why she hit on the first one. She wants to get out of this end. So an open end here. You can hear that background chatter and noise. That's got to be every school student in this town in Yarmouth, Nova Scotia. The stands are mostly full.
Hurry.
Maybe they're shipping them in from Halifax. I don't know. For a piece.
Okay. All right. Never quite got out to the boom.
So threw that one
Nice
tight.
weight, Kathy.
Make this better.
Laura always positive. Nice weight. I know you just flashed the open hit, but the weight's perfect. Unfortunately, that's a line shot, not a weight shot. And the line was, we'll just say it wasn't perfect. So a chance for Nova Scotia now to throw up the guard.
Good,
and put a little bit of pressure on Newfoundland, kind of out of nowhere. Super's thinking this one's a little heavy. Don't want to be in the rings here and allow them to hit and stay in the rings. But looks like they might be.
Easy, 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 easy.
That's just, I mean,
Good judge.
it's guarding it, but what's Laura doing here? Oh, she's just
Yeah,
standing,
it feels it.
standing in a strange spot. I assume she's hitting the top one here. Maybe I'm weird, but I would not want my skip to hold the broom way back there when I'm hitting the one at the top. Not maybe, I definitely am, but that's just my preference.
Whoa!
Double takeout available.
Yep! Yep! Whoa, 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 whoa.
It's got to curl a long way, I think, Laura. You're trying to hit this basically on the nose.
All right. Had a girl.
And the hit and roll out, and another chance. I missed it last time. Let's see if Helen's calling this. She's calling it tight, even biting top 12. Doesn't want a guard that's too long, because then she knows that Newfoundland and Labrador are going to play the freeze. Looks to me like both teams are semi-okay with the blank. But Newfoundland and Labrador is going to have to make a double to make it happen, if this shot is made again by Mary Sue Radford.
Julie, yep.
This one's even heavier. This is gonna come right into the forefoot, I think. And
Okay.
I know it's a double takeout, but they don't come much easier than this one. Unless the rocks were touching. Control weight makes it a little bit harder. Got to hit it perfect with control weight. I think the harder you throw this, the easier this shot gets. Looks to me like with peel weight, if you hit and stay on the left side of the sheet, you're going to make the shot.
Yeah! Whoa! Whoa!
Got to know your player, though, where they're comfortable with.
Yeah.
Heather sounds close here.
Whoa! Had a girl. Nice throw.
Great shot. Nice double
Good sweep.
takeout. And we're on our way to at least a blank attempt. Now every skip is different. Here's the replay. Hits it right on the nose. Hits it perfect. Has enough weight to make that double takeout. In my mind, in my world, if your skip's not super comfortable playing the peel on the one in the house, which not everybody is in this field, then I don't like not taking a chance for two. If you're going to get forced to 1 point, at least take your shot at making a deuce. Laura's certainly capable of making the blank, don't get me wrong. So another open hit here. Pretty hard for me to make it exciting. I don't have the skill, and it's just not that exciting when the end's wide open. Like to see some rocks in play.
All right.
Big games, I understand the strategy. It makes sense for Newfoundland and Labrador. Try and retain hammer into the even ends, into the fourth end.
First one I had 9-5 on, and that one I had 10-3. Still like to get it down another little bit.
So just talking about how
We're not
hard she's
sticking
throwing her
around if we're
takeouts.
not- And you can't quite carve them with that. Like if
No.
they're not finishing with that bigger weight.
So you want it 10-5, 10
A 10-5. Yeah, I mean that one was close.
Yeah. We actually thought that one was down, but compared to the first
Well,
one,
it
I
was
guess
down
would've
compared to
been.
the first,
Yeah.
right?
So just talking about how hard to throw the takeouts to make sure they hit and stay. Free draw for Teresa Breen here. Probably want to put this right on the button. Leaving the longest roll for Laura to make the blank.
Good, 14-9.
No problem for Teresa. She's been a great player for a long time. think she's even represented Nova
All right,
Scotia at the
it rolls
Scotties.
a bit from the hog line in. It'd be nice to roll like one way or the other, but stay in the rings. That seems to be our trick.
Laura poking some fun at them on the open hits. They've had trouble staying in the rings. That's their trick, as she says.
Make it go away. I'd like a roll one way or the other, but like I said, let's make sure we stick around.
So roll one way or the other tells me she doesn't really care where the blank is.
Whoa, no. She likes to give it big jumps. You're in to start, Heather.
Yeah.
Looking to just throw control weight down here.
Control weight, so if you're timing this hog to hog, I think that's a 10.5, 10.5 seconds, which is very close to what Heather Martin threw on her last one, so she should have a very good idea what this is going to do.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Clean. Kathy! Kathy! Heather!
So good shot, hit and stay. You see Teresa hit and stay, and then Laura's going to be asked to hit and roll out and blank this end, retain the hammer, last rock advantage into the fourth. See how it plays out.
What?
I was trying to get a roll.
Yeah, I know, so you had to have,
No, Kathy.
yeah, but yeah, you had to get Heather on there then.
Well,
First I
yeah,
didn't know if it was
could've
going
done
to
that.
move, right? So I
Could've
called
done that.
Kathy because I was afraid.
Yeah.
we were
BC
rolling
women
out.
have Ontario in some trouble again. A slow
yeah,
start for
I still
Joanne
listen to
Rizzo
me,
and her
yeah.
squad in
They can't
what
really
is a
hear, so you
massive
sorta gotta
game.
go
BC
arm, which-
loses, they're out.
Stick out an arm, which side you
But
want
if
me
they
to-
win, they are very much alive.
Nice shot, Laura.
So Ontario, if they can win this game, would clinch a spot in the playoffs in one of the semifinals, and also would also clinch a spot for Quebec, Nova Scotia, and Saskatchewan, regardless of what happened in their games. So we may know the semifinalists
Yes.
in the ladies'
But I wanna
side
make sure we hit it
after
first.
this draw with one draw remaining. So a hit and stay from T-Bird, as they used to call her, Teresa
Okay, you're
Breen.
in,
I don't know
Heather.
if that's still her nickname.
Yeah.
I threw down here in practice.
we
It didn't do
confirm
a whole
that.
lot.
Okay.
And Laura Phillips being asked to hit this one on the broom
Just
side.
The rollout's the bonus.
Okay, make the hit, the rollout's the bonus. So
I'll keep firm control here.
if that's the thought process, I really don't like playing the end open like this. Let's take a shot at the deuce if we're sounding like we're 50-50 on making the blank. But you don't want to flash, I understand that. Oh yeah, out of her hand. Got to be on the nose, folks. Make the hit, the rollout's the bonus.
Oh, they got it.
Oh, bonus points. They held that
Good
with the
sweep,
sweep,
ladies.
and they got the blank end. We're going to go to the fourth end, 2-1 Nova Scotia. Newfoundland will have the hammer in the fourth end when we come back right after this.
The Curling Cares calendar is back for 2023. 25 curling athletes from 7 different nations are raising money for various charities. Support them by purchasing yours today at curlingcares.com.
Welcome back, folks. Not a lot of excitement that, and there's a great shot right in front of me. Saskatchewan, Randy Bryden with a difficult shot for 2 and makes it to get himself back in the game here. 4-2 Ontario on the men's side after 3 ends. Ontario with the hammer. Alberta, Yukon on the ladies' side. Diane Foster's last one coming here. Still one more to come for Yukon. Diane hitting against 2, possible double to force the blank. But Yukon looking decent for a two-point score there in a game that, unless they got some side action and a cash on the line, that really is only for pride. Diane makes the double, and we'll probably see a blank attempt from Yukon. Saskatchewan and Quebec, battle for first place. Rocks everywhere. Saskatchewan and Sherry Anderson with the hammer.
Bait.
Chantel Osborne looking for a way to get in there. Saskatchewan lying 1, frozen on the button. And at first glance, I don't see a way to get in there. So it becomes about how do we stop her from getting another one in there? And Ontario, BC. Ontario has BC in a little bit of trouble late in the end. Joanne's last, Joanne Rizzo's last of the end. Drawing to lie 3 around the 4-foot. Going to leave BC a tough draw or a tough hit against 3
Wait for it to make the move.
in a game that BC leads 2-1. So it could be a turning point in this game. And Joanne's pulled the string and missed the house. Unfortunate miss there.
Just a top 4, just a top 4.
So still a hit against 2 for BC.
Top 4. Good girl, Candy.
Back on our feature sheet, the action is hot and heavy. Center guard come around. Leeds are playing well so far. Julie McMullen. Professor McMullen, Western University, a Western Mustang. Being asked to throw the intern draw, freeze one on there. She's got this one wide and heavy. Right on cue when I say the Leeds are playing well, that's on me. Didn't know I had mystical powers, but apparently I do. So chance for Newfoundland to bury another one and lie 2 buried behind the center guard with the hammer rather. Another one where the sweepers look like they're just along for the ride. Needs to curl here.
Yep.
Candy Thomas.
Take it back.
They're now switching the call, try and sweep it past Shot Rock.
All right. No, it's all right. Good throw, Candy. Just
unfortunate there. Definitely leave a double here for Nova Scotia. Tough to save this shooter, maybe, depending on how hard Helen can throw this. If you want to.
Normal? Normal. Okay.
It's a normal weight. Got to hit this one a little bit high with normal and make sure that back one goes. On the nose, you might just chip it over to the side of the rings.
Whoa. Whoa.
Helen didn't love her throw there. Gonna make the double though. That was mission number 1. Now that same come round, Newfoundland might just throw this same shot every shot this end. Over on the Ontario BC game, Ontario did indeed steal one, so BC hit and rolled out on their last, so it's tied at 2. BC with the hammer in the 4th end. That's got to be the biggest game going on out here today. Really will clear up or muddy the playoff picture on the ladies' side of the draw.
whoa. Yeah, now.
Good looking shot here from Kathy Rogers. Line is perfect, weight is as well, and a great come around, dead buried.
Let's run it back. Yep.
Gonna force Helen Radford and Nova Scotia into the run back.
So is 9 what I just threw? Okay. Okay.
So talking about the weight on a run back, personally I never want to make a run, well not never, but usually don't want to make a run back a weight shot. I want to throw the weight
Julie,
that takes all the guesswork out of it. This is close, got to curl a little bit. Oh, the dreaded just miss. Doesn't lose the guard. So another chance for Newfoundland and Labrador. Good throw there from Helen. Just missed that by a quarter or half inch on impact. Leaves the guard up there for Newfoundland the chance to draw around it. A great shot here would be to split your own, throw some heavy draw and hit about half of that rock and bump it behind the tee line and roll buried. But the straight come around does kind of the same thing. Put this in the rings in a spot where there's no double takeout unless they want to take on the run back, but in a 2-1 game I can't imagine they will, but
Yep. Weld it. Yep. Weld it to it. Right to it. Weld it to it.
so did not get the line for the come around.
Okay.
Weight's perfect, so I'm not sure why that one didn't end up on the right line. Whether it was too much ice, or did Kathy get it a little wider than intended? I'm not sure, no conversation there. So a chance for Mary Sue to make this double. Just throw some big weight, hit half a rock. Both of these should fly if she can do that. Sweepers haven't laid a brush to it. No problem at all. And for the fourth or fifth time this end, we're going to see an in-turn come around from Newfoundland and Labrador. Here you see the double. It's about a half a rock and easily removes both red stones. Eliminates the deuce for a moment at least. Newfoundland third, Heather Martin, being asked to set that deuce up again by drawing one top 8 foot buried. Line is good, but I think we're a little bit heavy.
All the way back, all the way back, right back.
So it is buried, mostly. I don't think we're going to see Nova Scotia hit that. So calling the straight come around, don't think that's a great call here.
Do you want to throw back line? Or just draw?
The challenge here, without the hammer, it looks great for a second if you draw the T line here, top 4 foot. Shot rock buried, but then if Newfoundland follows you down and makes a corner freeze, there's 2 red ones in there that you can't take out, and an opportunity for anything that hits the freeze to take out shot rock.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
So I think if you're drawing here, you want to freeze right to the back one. A little offense, defense. Defensive offense, let's call it. She might have done this accidentally. Let's sweep this right to
Teresa,
it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good shot there. I think that's a much better shot than what they had intended. Yes, it leaves a freeze for Team Newfoundland, but you'll be able to come down and really shrink that scoring area. And if they over curl here, you might stay shot.
Whoa!
Doesn't sound like it's going to over curl. A whoa out of the hand tells me it was wider than Laura wanted.
What's that?
Whoa!
Line looks good if the weight is good, however.
Yep. All the way, right to it. Gotta get to it. All the way, right to it.
Good looking shot here. They actually lost the line.
Okay, good sweep, ladies.
And it's not shot rock. So this is a problem for Newfoundland and Labrador.
Yeah.
Just going to throw the guard. I think this is the right call. You could freeze on that red one, but then you're going to be mostly open.
Yeah, came down fairly big. I thought she had a little more weight there. And she just really came in at the end, right?
Yeah, I think you were saying T-line.
Oh yeah, you were telling me T, yeah. But I figure T, it would hold out that little bit with the T because it looked like it was coming down here, right? Should have had the brushes down.
Red somehow, man, it would squirt out though, wouldn't it?
What's that?
If we could get at that top red, it would squirt out.
Well, we need to get rid of the yellow, so that shot.
I think that's what she's saying.
The yellow out.
Yeah, if you could hit the red, the yellow would squirt out the back.
We're red.
But if I was a foot taller, I'd be in the NHL too. There's going to be 2 guards in front of it. So how is Newfoundland going to score here is the question.
Draw around to the button.
Yeah, that's an option. Draw to the button. Probably going to get 1 that way if you make it. It's probably the only.
Something.
Nice throw. What's that?
I don't mind that.
No, that was another
Well,
one.
it opens it up at least then anyway, okay?
By the time you get from this end to the other one, there's a change.
So going to play the run back here. as Laura said, even if I don't make it perfect, it's going to open it up, and then Nova Scotia is going to.
If I slip behind the line, then she's just going to well to me.
Yeah. Right.
And if I'm in front of it, we're not shot, and then I don't have a shot.
Right.
So I figure if we can run this almost straight back, we make contact with our red, we can get shot rock out of it anyway.
So the reasoning is sound. Makes sense to me.
Just to, you know, firm control.
Challenge is if you're close and you just over curl and miss it. Any miss here, no matter what shot she's going to play. And my thought is you're going to get one chance to draw the button. And whether it's if it's on your first and you miss it, you might have a chance. If it's on your last and you miss it,
Hard! Whoa! Whoa!
she's very close, folks. Oh, they've overswept this. So Newfoundland so far is a little bit over
another fraction there.
over aggressive on the sweeping. They've overswept certainly more than they've underswept, and I think
I needed to come up another fraction.
I think that's the tendency in curling. We all want the shot to be made, and sweepers want to sweep, line callers want to call sweep, don't want to make a mistake, don't want to lose
it.
it.
To be off it earlier.
But an oversweep is just as bad a mistake as an undersweep in a lot of cases.
Right? It's just a nice gradual curl. For weight, down weight it will move. It'll make some jumps, right? And not good rotation it will go.
Yeah, no, sorry, Laura, you had that shot made.
So Teresa Breen here, Nova Scotia, just going to put that guard back, and you're going to see Laura attempt the in-turn draw to the button to try and score their point here.
What?
This one might over
Curl,
curl.
baby, curl, 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 curl.
You can hear
curl,
Laura
curl,
talking
curl,
to it.
Curl, curl, curl. Okay, so now I can touch this one.
Yes, that's over curled. There might be a shot here for two.
I'm just throwing, you know.
Okay.
So I think throwing this harder,
Try that there.
it probably clips that red one, but I think there's a chance that it clips it and goes farther than that red one. There's actually a chance if you made a fantastic shot, you might be able to save your shooter with
that red one. Get
with
shot.
kind of a heavy board
We can
weight.
get two out of it.
Okay.
I'm just throwing like a backline hack sort of weight here.
Okay, so she's trying to count the
Heather,
shooter.
Kathy, you're in to start with, but stay close and you really got to look, okay, guys?
Really got to look. I'm not sure what she's referring to there. An opportunity here for Newfoundland and Labrador to score multiple points, kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah, Kathy. Whoa.
Yeah, I don't.
Whoa!
Laura's really
Whoa!
antsy on the sweep calls here today. This has got to really curl for any kind of contact. I don't think we're close here, yeah.
One yellow.
And one steal for Nova Scotia. We'll go into the break here. Nova Scotia up 3-1 over Newfoundland and Labrador, and Newfoundland and Labrador will have the hammer when we come back for fifth end action in a couple of minutes.
It's a beautiful blend of strategy, skill, and creativity. Curling. But it's our people that make us great. We're a mosaic of countless experiences. We communicate and collaborate. We value new ideas and different perspectives.
I like it.
We learn from our past and from our future. We may even disagree sometimes, but it's in our differences that we can see our strengths. The beauty of our sport is reflected in our people and our values. Regardless of your ethnicity or gender, your abilities, your stage in life, your beliefs, or who you love. The rocks and the ice don't discriminate. And as curlers, we won't either. We will be the change that we want to see in the world. Curling is a place for everyone.
The Curling Cares calendar is back for 2023. 25 curling athletes from 7 different nations are raising money for various charities. Support them by purchasing yours today at curlingcares.com.
It's time to experience the wonder and excitement of Yarmouth and Acadian shores. Stay at one of the many charming accommodations, adventure along the ocean coast, or just be cozy by the fire and enjoy some of the darkest and clearest skies in North America. This December, be a part of the action with the Everest Canadian Senior Curling Championship. You'll find all of this and so much more with your special getaway in Yarmouth and Acadian shores.
Welcome back for the second half of the Nova Scotia and Newfoundland game here on the ladies' side here at the Everest Canadian Senior Curling Championships. Been an interesting game so far.
We got a minute and a half.
Bit of tight checking, not a lot happening, but let's give you an update. Still a minute and a half in the fourth end break here. Update on the school kids in the stands. They're still wild and crazy. The animals are loose from the cages today in Yarmouth, Nova Scotia, but great to see some excitement in the crowd. They're cheering for, probably have no idea what. Looks like they're cheering for Quebec. Not sure what happened in the Quebec-Saskatchewan game, but BC-Ontario at the fourth end break on the ladies' side tied 2-2. That is the game that could determine all 4 playoff spots today. If Ontario were to win that game, that would knock BC out. And Ontario, Quebec, Nova Scotia, and Saskatchewan will be guaranteed to be in the semifinals. So 2-2 with BC with the hammer playing the fifth end when they come back. Also looks to be 2-2 in the battle of first place teams. Quebec forced to a single in the fourth end, so 2-2. Saskatchewan will have the hammer when we're back in action there. Ontario, Saskatchewan, a big shift there actually. It looked like an automatic 2 points for Ontario, but Randy Bryden must have made a great shot, or Howard Rahala missed on his last, because it's 4-3 now. A steal of 1 for Saskatchewan in the fourth end, and we'll go to the fifth end there with Ontario up 1 with the hammer. Alberta, Yukon, Diane Foster and her rink from Alberta have blown that game open a little bit. It's 6-1 at the break with
He's
Yukon.
alive here this morning.
So cute.
It is, isn't it?
With Yukon having the hammer starting the fifth end needing a comeback.
French signs.
Oh.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So Nova Scotia starting off the second half of the game here. Newfoundland and Labrador with the hammer. It's lead Julie McMullen being asked to draw this one, I would imagine, top 4 foot. Credit to all you teachers out there. I couldn't do it. And Julie's a little too excited here for the second half, and talk about it often, quite often in the fourth end break here, fifth end break in a 10 end game. The ice crew come out and they sweep the ice for a couple of minutes, and whatever that does, I don't know if it removes frost, heats up the ice, it doesn't matter why, but it's always faster starting the second half of the game. You're just gonna have to trust me on that one. Should be charging for this advice. I've missed that shot a million times in my career and finally realized, hey guys, I think it might be faster in the start of the second half of the game.
Can you take it back, T?
So now you're seeing the corner guard coming into the rings as well.
No, just leave it high then. Just a reminder, those ones, we can drop them over the line, right?
Yes, yeah.
Unfortunately, now we're going to see a takeout from Nova Scotia, and the commentator's going to take a 10-minute nap here. We'll be back when there's a corner guard in play. Open hit, but a little bit of panic out of the hand. Julie got that one heading back away from the stone they're trying to hit. Looks like it's coming up, certainly going to make contact. And another chance for Newfoundland Labrador lead Candy Thomas to throw this corner guard. Laura telling the sweepers, remind Candy it's okay if she just drops it over the hog line. You want these guards to be in the right spot, but no conversation about, wow, that slid well or it's a little faster. But Candy certainly knows how hard she has to throw it. She just threw this shot.
Line's tight. Kathy, put a broom down.
But it's a speed shot here. Can't really affect the line all that much on a corner guard anyway.
Yep. Okay, that's good. Had a girl, Candy. Nice weight.
And no mistake this time from Candy to throw in a corner guard. And Nova Scotia is going to answer with a center guard of their own. And we're going to get after it this end. Helen Radford, Curling Canada, Next Generation Program Director.
Just tight.
Big responsibility.
Just tight.
Says she loves working with the younger teams and helping them develop, and especially helping them get ready for a big event. So another one that slides farther than they thought. It seemed like they liked that one the whole way. And unfortunately for us fans, we didn't get that center guard we wanted.
Control.
I like to come around the corner guard here for Laura. Can draw around it for shot rock because that one's only top 12.
More than I thought it was going to go.
Yeah, you hear that comment. Went 6 feet farther than I thought.
Yep.
Helen's been around the game a long time. I would
Clean.
think she knows that quite often happens where it's faster this end.
Hurry.
Hopefully she's passing that on to our next generation.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I'm not going to tell them because I lose
sit,
enough
sit,
games
sit,
on my
sit,
own. I don't need to
sit,
help the
sit,
people that are
sit.
coming up to try and beat me. Tell them when I retire.
Yeah. We have not played out here. Yeah.
So a little bit of an overroll, but roll to a decent spot. A new spot for the open hit, and certainly going to allow Newfoundland, if they choose to take on the come around the corner guard.
Close.
So opportunity here from Newfoundland and Labrador. Free come around corner guard, nothing else in play. Simple deuce available here if they can make a good come around.
That's okay. That's okay, but I like that.
Putting some doubt in Kathy's mind here. Quite often when you say that's okay, that's what you get. We'll see if Kathy can just focus in on this shot and just make what she wants. Good news is if she tries to be light in this end, probably it's going to go farther than they thought anyway.
Just clean, just clean, just clean. Yep. Gotta go line, quick. Whoa, whoa.
This one really going sideways. It's going to be, I think,
Gotta
wide
go,
open
Kathy,
on the
nice
other
weight.
side. That's an early atta girl. I think that's wide open on the other side. Looks like it's edge on edge, can just see it all. This is one where you probably don't want to nose this one because then they play the come around, and if you ever have a chase, you're going to jam it on your own. If you could, you'd want to roll all the way back to the middle of the sheet as far as you can, but then you're going to have to get awfully close to that guard to make that happen. So wanting this one to curl from Mary Sue. So I don't think that's a bad result. Another chance for Newfoundland and Labrador to make that come around, set up the deuce, and try and tie this game up, heading to the 6th end. The rest of the team aren't mic'd. I believe it's just the skip, so I I don't know if there's been much chatter about the speed on these rocks this end in terms of the ice. But I would hope that Kathy gives Heather her feedback on what she thought she threw and how it slid. I mean, Heather should know as well. She got to sweep that one and watch it. Another one that's just too hard. I think this one's going to go maybe even right out the back door.
Okay, Heather.
And I wonder, is Helen, yeah, she's going to peel the corner guard and crush my dreams.
What turn do you want?
So we're heading towards a blank end here, folks. If Mary Sue can make this peel on the corner guard, there's going to be nowhere for Team Newfoundland and Labrador to hide. And I will be looking around the rink to see if there's anything else, a little bit more action going on.
Yes! Clean!
So no problem for Mary Sue there with the peel. Team Newfoundland Labrador is probably going to just draw into the rings now. It's a little late to throw another corner guard, and we're going to see another blank attempt.
That rock was only going to get us in trouble.
Yeah, I don't disagree, Helen. I think that's probably the right call. But sitting up in the booth, I just always want you to throw another guard or make the come around. But that's the right call for Team Nova Scotia, I think, with a 2-point lead.
Where is it? Yep. Looking for top 12, yep.
Ladies are working this one to get it in the rings.
All the way. Right up. Get a piece.
Doesn't really matter. You know Nova Scotia's going to hit it anyway.
Sweep. I can't hear you. Yeah.
So Teresa going to peel this one out.
Yeah, I couldn't hear what you're saying, what you were calling on that one. 6.
Both teams looking to go to the next end and keep the score the same way.
I heard the first one. I couldn't hear that one.
There's been chatter about, we talked a little bit about rule
3,
changes earlier in the week, and there's been...
Yeah,
hearing things.
No, I think we switched 2-3.
There's been chatter about a no blank rule, and I think it's worth a shot, worth a try, but meaning that even if you don't score, if you blank an end, you lose the hammer. That's what happens in mixed doubles. I'm thinking that would eliminate this kind of situation.
Should still move there.
Where, quite honestly, it's just boring to watch. Strategically, it makes sense. I'm not saying that, but...
No roll.
Kind of be the equivalent of watching a hockey game, and the teams just kind of stand on their own blue lines and pass the puck back and forth. Wouldn't be long before people stop watching. Like I said, I think that'd be worth a try. Maybe the Grand Slams will give it a shot. They're known to always be thinking outside the box and looking for ways to improve our game.
They were realizing it.
And what that would do is maybe make the team without the hammer play more defensive, but the team without the hammer can't really make that decision. Because with the 5-rock rule, there's always an opportunity for the team with the hammer to throw corner guards and get some action going. So like I said, I think it'd be worth a try. I'd be interested to see what happens. Until you try it, you're never really going to know what it would work out like.
Whoa.
Laura with the out-turn takeout.
Wait!
She's going to roll out, you can hear Helen say, so she thinks she's still on the high side. She did roll out. Practice for her next shot, I guess.
Just come over here. Okay.
Afraid the brushing would just drag it up. Starting to take a move at all. Oh yeah, no. That was why I said whoa.
So Helen and Team Nova Scotia asking Teresa to...
It wasn't going to curve. You needed to be moving.
Throw the draw to the other side.
The curve happens, right? And if you jump them then, you're just going to suck them back out, regardless of who's doing the sweeping. So that one you just had to hope that it would come enough to do what it did.
It just passed the headset over to Laura.
How'd I throw that one? Did I get it out there again?
I think so.
All right.
Did you think that when you let it go?
Well, I thought I was better than I was on the other one.
Better's good. Baby steps. Laura's gonna have the exact same blank attempt as she had 2 ends ago.
Yep, can't hurt it. Yep, can't hurt it. Yep, can't hurt it. Yep, yep, Julie. Yep, yep. Right back, right back, right back, right back. Great.
It's a good shot by Teresa. I mean, if they do jam it, they're gonna stay in the house anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But in-turn blank attempt for Laura Phillips in Newfoundland and Labrador here to take the hammer into 5.
All right, let's make it go away.
They haven't scored since the first end. If they're gonna win this game, I'm gonna suggest they're gonna need to score again. And to do that, they're gonna have to take a chance eventually.
Keep an eye on that yellow one, Heather. I'll give you firm control down here. I threw down here in the blank in 2, 1, 3, whatever, 3.
Firm control for the blank attempt. Don't have to hit it hard, just got to hit it right.
Yep. Whoa!
Sounds and looks like no problem for Laura. Good shot, well executed. We'll go to the 6th end. Nova Scotia leading 3-1. Newfoundland and Labrador with the hammer heading to 6. We'll be right back after this.
Scary ones.
Curling Cares calendar is back for 2023.
Yes, I do.
25 curling athletes from 7 different nations are raising money for various charities. Support them by purchasing yours today at curlingcares.com.
We're back live from Yarmouth, Nova Scotia at the Everest Funeral Concierge Canadian Senior Curling Championships. I'm Brent Lang, your host for today. And our action on the center sheet is Team Nova Scotia versus Team Newfoundland and Labrador. And we've had not a lot of action the last couple of games. Still a tight game. Nova Scotia up 2 without the hammer, playing the 6th end. Newfoundland and Labrador certainly has to make a move here and try and score multiple points. They're running out of time. So I would expect we're going to see a couple of corner guards out of Newfoundland and Labrador, but we'll see what Laura thinks, see if she's on the same page as I am or not. Not many updates here. We've got BC Ontario on the ladies' side, tied at 2, playing the 5th. BC with the hammer. Ontario lying 3 and shooting, but they're all just biting the edge of the 12-foot. Those do go on the scoreboard sometimes, but a chance for Joanne Rizzo to draw around multiple center guards to the 4-foot and really put the pressure on BC. Rest of the games will update in a minute. They're all just completing the 5th end. Newfoundland and Labrador lead. Candy Thomas being asked to throw the out-turn corner guard and set up her and her rink mates for multiple score this end. That's exactly what they need. Nova Scotia is trying to force them to 1 point and take the hammer into 7.
Good sweep, Kath.
Let's see how it all plays out. Guard call from Nova Scotia. Julie McMullen, intern guard. Want this one nice and tight in case they have to use it.
Yep, tight, yep, tight. Yep, get it to center. Go, 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 get it to center. Good, nice throw.
And a great start from Julie McMullen for Nova Scotia. Right on the button and dead guarded, tight guard. So should see some action here. Candy being asked to draw the button, freeze right on that buried Nova Scotia stone. And if that were to
Nice
happen,
throws,
we're going to
Julie.
see the same call from Nova Scotia, and we're going to see some rocks in play here to start this end in the 6th end here. Saskatchewan, Quebec on the ladies' side, battle of first place teams.
Hard.
Blank in the
Hurry,
5th
hard,
from
hard,
Sherry
hard.
Anderson.
All the way hard. Gotta get to the rings. 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 Gotta get to the rings.
I
Bump
think
it
they want
away,
this one in
bump
the
it away.
rings.
Oh, all right.
Hooks the guards, and not what Candy wanted. Good opportunity here for Nova Scotia to probably throw another
just
guard.
Top 8.
Oh, they're going to come around. Okay. Don't mind it. You're going to see Newfoundland hit and roll on those center guards, and that red one might squirt right in behind the corner guard. That's what I'd be afraid of. But a good call here. Put the pressure on.
Good, felt good. Close, Julie. Close, Julie. Yep. Yep,
Line's
Julie.
getting tight, Helen says. Did they wait too
Fine,
long?
Julie, Julie. Just Julie, just Julie, just Julie.
No, line is perfect.
Ugh.
What a great shot from Helen Radford and Team Nova Scotia. Looking good early
Good sweep.
here in the 6th end. So as predicted, Laura Phillips here is going to ask second stone Kathy Rogers to hit and roll away, open up shot and second shot rock, but maybe even spin this red one
can
into
see it
the rings.
go.
We'll see if
So I was like, just Judy, just Judy, just Julie, just Julie.
we'll see if Laura can read this line right, hit it in the right spot,
Whoa,
and
whoa.
play a defensive shot that might spill quickly into offense. This looks far too thin,
Okay.
and I don't think that's okay. This is trouble here. Now you'll definitely, I got to stop saying certainly. It's the only thing I ever say up here. Now you'll definitely see Nova Scotia throw the center guard. Just deciding whether it's higher than the red or lower. They didn't really decide.
There's a path.
Giving Helen a lot of options here. Anywhere
above
on
the red.
this line. Don't think you want to be in the rings, because then they'll hit it, and if they can stay in the rings, it's going to become one you got to deal with. If it's short and they hit it, and you're probably going to have a free come round or another guard. Line looks okay. Might over curl, actually. Definitely going to curl enough.
Yep, Julie. Yep, Julie. Yep. Just a little. Yep. Okay, that works. Good sweep.
Good shot, guarded it. I think the same shot is available for, oh, she's not going to take it on though. That same double peel, roll the red in the rings is available for Newfoundland and Labrador, but she's going to play the yellow. I think this would be a great shot if she could make the triple here if she can throw it hard enough. Second stone, Kathy Rogers here from Newfoundland and Labrador needs this one to curl. Not going to come up enough for her. I'm going to leave Nova Scotia
Nice
the
weight,
same
Kathy.
shot. Starting to get late in the end here. We're into thirds, first rocks, and Nova Scotia still lying 2 and shooting, and one of them is right on the button. Definitely cannot outdraw that one ever. So third stone Heather Martin from Newfoundland and Labrador is going to have to make something happen here for her team.
Wait.
Mary Sue Radford, outturn guard. Helen just threw this, so they know the path, they know the speed.
Julie. Teresa, whoa. Whoa. Yep, go now. Go. Okay. Good.
Don't think there's a hole there. So that guard does the trick. Might be able to hit the yellow on the center line side, roll over, chip the back of the red and roll in the rings. Doesn't see it or doesn't want to take it on, which is fine. Gonna play the red run back this time, and as I said, lots of pressure on Heather's shoulders here. She's got to make something happen here, and this is Heather.
up another bit, another
Needs
bit,
it to
another bit, another
curl.
bit. Okay.
Oh, so close.
Nice weight, Heather.
And really no result there from a good throw from Heather Martin. Unfortunate. So rinse and repeat. Switching turns at least. Mary Sue being asked for another guard. All of this was set up by Julie McMullen's perfect first 2 shots. And then a small mistake by Candy Thomas on her second one, hooking the guards, and it's been all Nova Scotia since then.
Yep.
Great come around from Helen Radford on
Whoa,
hers
whoa, 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 whoa.
to really apply the pressure. And is this one over curling, folks? There's the break that Newfoundland and Labrador desperately needed.
Yeah, she was just tight.
So just tight, Helen said. Never got out to the intended line. So got to take advantage of this. Heather Martin dialing it in, zeroing in here. Could even make the double and roll and set up a deuce. That would be a massive change of events. Looks close. Oh, this looks like she's made the double and roll, folks.
Atta girl.
Oh, what a fantastic shot.
Great rock.
And that's curling, as they say. Newfoundland and Labrador dead the entire end. And 2 shots later, they're lying
Ooh, I
one
didn't think we were
buried.
getting out of that one.
Yeah, so as I said, I can just pass the headset to Laura Phillips here, and she'll take over. Didn't think we were getting out of that one. You can see just by the guard, hits it on the
Well,
low
they left
side.
us an opening, and we were able to take advantage of it.
Heather Martin comes through for her team in a big, big
Yay.
way. And now not only is 2 possible, depending on what Teresa does here, 3 is not out of the question. So trying to draw around the guards, around the one in the rings, right to the tee line. With ice this good, this much curl, you could actually get buried for shot rock here. But needs a good throw, needs the right weight. Everybody wearing blue looks concerned.
Yep.
Calling an audible, trying to chip off the corner guard. Just missed it.
Okay. Just tight. Yeah.
So missed opportunity there. Not a great opportunity, but missed shot anyway. And I got to think, Laura, it's time to take a chance here. In turn, freeze on your own. There it is. Make this shot. Great opportunity, great chance to score 3 points and not only get back in this game, but take the lead out of nowhere. Let's see what Laura Phillips has in store here.
If it's, you know, if it's a little long, we can take it to the back one.
Yeah.
Don't jump it. We got to wait till it starts to make that move before. What do we hear? Still about 410?
Yes.
So draw weights holding up, as we've seen all week. If Laura can make this shot, Teresa and Nova Scotia have no choice but to try that same come around, and it'll be against a 3-point score.
And yes. Whoa. Yeah.
Line is very good. If they've got the weight right here, she's got a wonderful shot. It's got to curl a little bit. And a great shot there from Laura Phillips and Team Newfoundland Labrador. Great team shot, great sweeping there by Heather and Candy. So you can see the same call here. Teresa with a chance for redemption on her last shot in the 6th end. Make a good one here. You could steal a point. definitely hold them to 1 if you make a good one here. But any kind of miss, and you're going to see Laura have a shot for 3 and totally flip this game on its head. So key shot of the game here so far.
Whoa at first.
Whoa at first. So
Line's good.
like the line, if the weight's right, this will definitely curl enough. Just need
Line's
that
great.
weight, and it looks like they think
Line's
it's light.
great.
No, they love the weight, and the line
Yep,
looks
hard now.
very
Mary
good.
Sue. Mary Sue, go hard.
Trying to
Everybody,
get some
go,
more
go,
curl
go,
out of
hard,
this
Mary
thing.
Sue. Go, 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 go. Right back, right back, right back. Good sweep.
Yeah, and a very good effort there from Teresa and Team Nova Scotia. Tough shot, but it is there for 3 for Laura Phillips and Team Newfoundland and Labrador.
I know, 15.
And this would certainly switch the momentum
great
of
throw.
the game.
There's the difference, like same ice, there's the difference.
Yeah, the first one I just kind of had a wobble.
So Laura with the chase
Mary Sue,
here.
that one great.
Needs to throw enough to get it out of the 12 foot. So got to throw probably
You can
just
go on that yellow.
hack weight. Get close to the one
You're
she
in
threw
the
on her
start,
first.
Heather, but nobody jump it, okay?
A lot of information from Laura, as always. Knows exactly what she wants to do.
Yep.
Don't jump it, and says yes out of her hand. So she's tight here, very tight. And this is disaster.
Okay, whoa.
Maybe get lucky, and didn't even get by the guard, and that's just unforced error. She won't be happy with that throw. Didn't give it a chance, and that's a steal for Nova Scotia, and a big sigh of relief for the Blue Nosers out there, and a 4-1 lead going to the 7th end. We'll be back right after this.
The Curling Cares calendar is back for 2023. 25 curling athletes from 7 different nations are raising money for various charities. Support them by purchasing yours today at curlingcares.com.
Call that the TSN turning point
Yeah,
for
just
sure.
Point that out to it because I was conscious of not getting
If
out.
Team Newfoundland does
Yeah,
not come back and win this game, that was certainly the shot, the end they're going
I
to
still
talk
can't believe I
about,
didn't have to wait in my first one.
where they had their opportunity to turn this game on its
What did you
head.
have a split on my first?
Now down 3 and really desperate for at least a deuce here. They need to score more than 1 point here if they want any chance of winning this game.
Now make sure, like, it's,
So need some corner guards.
She needs to be
Nova Scotia and the crazy kids in the crowd are super pumped now. That went from fear and disappointment to excitement in one shot. We'll see if Nova Scotia can get this W and punch their ticket into the playoffs.
Top 4.
On the men's side, 3 games going on at the Curling Club this morning. While we've got the 1 men's game in front of us here, it's Saskatchewan versus Ontario. On the men's side, Manitoba has clinched a playoff spot at 8-0, undefeated to this point, looking solid. Nova Scotia, I mentioned earlier, maybe a team of destiny, hometown favorites, seem to find a way to win even when they're not playing their best, which is always a great sign. 7-1 and in second place all alone. Ontario at 6-2. Alberta and Saskatchewan both at 5-3, both very much alive. Quebec and BC still alive at 4 losses. And New Brunswick, quick math tells me they're probably out, but I guess not quite officially yet at 3-5.
Okay, high is good. That's fine. High is good. Let a girl, Candy. Nice weight.
So a pretty standard start here. Candy with the corner guard. Julian McMullen threw in the 4 foot. A little heavy, but nothing serious. Back 4 foot. Certainly don't want to throw any guards here if you're Nova Scotia. Julie having a great game. I think the only shot she missed was when I said the leads were both playing quite well and she missed her next shot.
Yep.
This one looks like they
Looks
like
like
it
it
as
needs
well.
Yep.
in that Ontario-Saskatchewan game. It's Ontario up 5-3. Saskatchewan with the hammer in 6. And a chance for 2, even 3 points here. A big shot coming from Howard Rahala. His first of the end. Trying to make a very difficult double takeout.
Nice throws, Julie.
And looks to be made. Oh, we're not playing the double, and I'm not sure why. Anyway, back to the action here. Center sheet. Julie with another great shot. Laura Phillips asking her team, let's throw up another corner guard. We need some action here. We need some guards to hide behind. We need some points.
Stay close. Yep. 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 Hurry.
I don't know, maybe I missed the call here, but playing a bump back maybe on the yellow.
Hey, whoa.
Not
Okay, sorry, Candy.
not sure. I think actually that was the call, and
Okay.
I definitely don't like that call. I think you throw another corner guard there and make sure you've got chances all end.
Yep. Yep.
Hit and stay for Helen Radford to lie 3, maybe even roll into the back of hers. Little kiss off the back. Rolls to a not very good spot though. Starting to see a pocket develop at the back of the forefoot, which is definitely in Newfoundland and Labrador's favor. Now they just got to get one into that pocket, and that's.
I kind of didn't want to stick around there. I was hoping to roll away.
I don't know that that's enough ice
Actually, they're friendly.
for this shot.
Richie Rocks is so perfectly set up.
See how Kathy Rogers throws this one. I would definitely not want to be inside of that line, that's for sure.
Hurry.
Yeah, this one's going to overcurl, I think,
Hurry.
folks. That just wasn't the right ice, unfortunately.
Hurry hard. Right up.
Gonna bump Nova Scotia right to the button
Okay.
almost.
Peel that out.
So at this point, it's just a matter of eliminating opponent's stones for Nova Scotia.
That's pretty straight here.
Leave themselves lying 3. And again, Newfoundland and Labrador in need of a big shot here.
Clean. Clean.
Update in the Quebec-Saskatchewan game on the ladies' side, the battle for first place, and
Wait.
Quebec steals one in the 6th end for a 3-2 lead going to 7.
Yeah,
That's a
me too.
massive steal in the 6th end to take semi-control of this game at least.
I'm trying to
Still
roll out,
anybody's
though.
game.
I wanted both of them to roll out. Yeah.
Helen hit and roll. Saves the shooter. I don't think there's anything wrong with saving that one.
Halifax.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played on the Halifax.
Yeah.
Oh, did
Yeah. Yeah. Whoa. Okay.
Hit and roll behind cover. Good shot there. Very accessible for Nova Scotia, but opened up that back pocket, more importantly. So Mary Sue going to hit her own yellow onto the red. I think ideally you would get to the nose here, and then the yellow you hits the red and rolls in front of that situation at the back forefoot, kind of cutting off their access for the freeze. Big shot coming over on BC Ontario. Joanne Rizzo having to draw the button for her single point in 6.
Roll that.
So good shot. They ruled further than they wanted, but Lying 5 is Nova Scotia. You can see here just over curls. If they had hit that right on the nose, it would have stopped right there, would have been nice. But rolls it over to the wing. I don't see a blank on the table here, so Newfoundland and Labrador has to find a way to score 2 points here.
Yep. Hurry. Line's really good. Yep. 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 All the way. Right up. Right up. Right up. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Right up. Right up. Right up. Right up. Right up. Whoa.
Unfortunately for Ontario fans, Joanne Rizzo missed that one badly. And I think has given up a steal of 1, and BC's taken a 4-2 lead to 7, keeping their hopes alive here potentially with a win. They are out with a loss, but will pull Ontario back into a tie for the 4th and final playoff spot, with Ontario having Alberta tonight and BC with a Quebec match, a tough one in Quebec, one of the top teams here. So better attempt at the freeze there. This one's a lot trickier for Mary Sue to get out. Need to hit this one nice and thin. That is not thin. I'm not sure. I imagine that overcurled quite a bit, and not what they wanted, but they can now get that rock out without any trouble. But if Newfoundland and Labrador, if Heather Martin, with a good shot on her first, can make another good freeze in a similar position, then a chance for 2, a likelihood of 2, and even a chance, not a very good chance for 3, but definitely a great chance for 2.
Gotta go line. Hurry line. Hurry.
This one curling early. When they curl early,
right up hard. Line's really good.
They generally lose their speed.
Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Little roll off there. Little roll off there.
Speed was actually very, very good.
Okay.
Spins in for
control.
That's going to be very important if that's 3rd
I
shot.
just got a little tight on it too.
Or
Then
4th.
you probably could have pulled it around, but we kept losing the line.
Weight was very, very good.
Gotten out to the broom, it would have. I think we would have been able to hold the center line a little longer and carry it a bit further.
Right.
But once it takes the
Crashes,
curl,
yeah.
once it takes the curl, it just the weight comes off it pretty quick then.
So we're going to chase the back one here. It's just wide open, but a shot that's going to have Teresa Breen's attention here. Probably would love to roll to Helen's broom. If he knows that you're going to see Laura Phillips take on that intern freeze. If they roll to the broom, Laura's probably going to take on the intern come around, I would think. Helen does not like the throw here. Quick stand up, an arm up in the air, whoa. Not trying to carve it.
Julie, no, Julie, no.
Oh no. Big unforced error there from Teresa. She won't be happy. She's just admitted she threw that one wide.
What's that? No.
Not a good time for what was Teresa's worst throw of the game. She's been close on everything, and unforced error. Big opportunity here for Newfoundland and Labrador. Laura Phillips with a chance to draw another one in there. Lie 2. And not leave any in a spot that are very easy for Nova Scotia to eliminate. Good news for Nova Scotia. They're up. They're up 3, and Helen says, we like to make things interesting. We appreciate that, Helen. Everybody wants some drama, except for the team that's winning. They don't. See if Laura can make this come around. Sweepers think it's heavy. And the sweepers are right. This is sailing. Gonna take out her own rockets so hard. Oh, disaster.
You got it again.
Love the camaraderie, the the teamwork and the laughter and just nonstop smiles out there from all the players this
Sorry
week.
about that. I thought I had.
Doesn't mean they're
Very
not
close to
super
the draw
competitive
weight, but
and giving it
obviously
all they
not.
have. But lots of laughs and good times being had by all.
I don't think we're
On
getting
and
through
off
this
the
one
ice.
thing twice.
No, I don't either, Laura. I don't think that Teresa Breen's going to miss the same shot twice. Doesn't even really need to stick around anymore. It would be great. Laura would have a tough shot for 2 if she rolls out. Throwing a lot of weight on this shot. Not going to flash it this time. He's going to hit it, but going to roll out. Hit it right there with just hack weight, but there is a catcher there, and she's okay. Still a shot for 2 there. I don't think Laura sees it. She needs to take it on, though. Down 2 without is a pretty bad situation. She could hit the top red one. It's biting the 8-foot. Hit about 3/4 of it, 2/3 with normal weight. Shooter's going to roll full 8-foot. Red one's going to come back, stick on the yellow, and you're going to get 2 points.
Well, it never hurts when you get a second shot to throw the same. It's kind of nice, right?
So 4-10.
4-10. Oh,
So a big draw here to keep the game alive. A 2 steal would definitely lead to handshakes. I shouldn't ever say never and never say for sure. Been surprised a few times this week. This one's curling like it's light.
yeah.
Gonna get to her
Weight
red
came
one
off that.
almost. This is gonna be a 2 steal, folks. And that should be handshakes here. That should be the ball game for Nova Scotia. 6-1.
2. Just 1 sec.
It's just 2, I think, but 2 is enough.
Yeah. I think just 2. Yeah.
Down
2
5.
yellow.
I like an Optimist as much as the next guy, but at some point, Optimists just
6-1.
kind of seem insane.
6-1.
Say it
Throw it through.
louder, Helen.
So we're just
6-1.
throwing
Maybe
them
Newfoundland
through.
doesn't know the score.
It's 6-1.
This game is over, folks. No reason to, yeah. Laura's been around a long
Okay.
time, and that's a big win for Nova Scotia.
Thanks.
Punching
Yeah,
their
thanks for
ticket into
that.
the semifinals tomorrow with 1 game left in the round robin. They play Saskatchewan tonight.
We're going to give you a little more of a run at it.
But big win for Nova Scotia nonetheless. That's it for me this draw. I'm
Yeah.
signing off, and I will be back. 2 more draws today.
That's it.
With the next one, I believe, being a seeding pool match. PEI
It's in the
versus
warm place.
Yeah, I know.
Northwest Territories, perhaps. I don't have the
You know
schedule
what?
in front of me,
If
but
we
regardless,
talked about
thanks very
it
much
last
for
night,
tuning in,
wasn't that
folks.
bad. Yeah.
Signing off from the Everest Canadian Senior Curling Championships. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty. We're going to
Yeah.
crown a
Oh,
Canadian
yeah.
champion this weekend.
Yeah.
I will be back for the next draw. Thanks very much.